Have you ever felt that unsettling gut feeling? That quiet alarm bell ringing in the back of your mind when someone asks for something that feels just a little bit off? We've all been there. A new acquaintance who gets too personal, a friend who seems to overstep boundaries, or a loved one whose requests feel more like demands. In our search for connection and belonging, we often overlook these red flags, silencing our intuition in a desperate attempt to maintain a relationship. But what if we paid closer attention? What if there are certain things people ask for that are not just red flags, but fundamental warnings to protect our inner sanctuary? The man you see here is Carl Jung, a legendary psychologist who delved into the deepest parts of the human psyche. His profound theories on psychological manipulation, the shadow, and the process of individuation offer a powerful framework for understanding and identifying these toxic patterns. Jung taught us that the greatest dangers often lie not in the open, but in the subtle encroachments on our psychological and spiritual autonomy. So let's explore 5 profound things to look out for, based on Jung's principles, and learn how to guard the sacred ground of our inner world. The first thing to watch out for is when someone asks you to betray your inner truth. This isn't a simple lie. It's an emotional or psychological request to compromise your core values for their benefit. Jung believed in the absolute necessity of aligning our conscious selves with our authentic selves, a process he called individuation. When someone asks you to lie for them, to act against your conscience, or to say something you don't believe, they're not just asking you to perform an action. They are asking you to create a split within your own psyche, to deny your integrity. This betrayal of your own truth is a direct attack on your inner peace and a sign that the relationship is built on manipulation, not mutual respect. A healthy relationship supports your authenticity. A toxic one demands its sacrifice. The second red flag is when someone asks you to carry their psychological conflict. Jung's concept of the shadow is crucial here. The shadow is all the repressed, denied, and unintegrated parts of ourselves, our insecurities, our shame, our failures. When someone refuses to face their own shadow, they often try to project it onto others. They might blame you for their problems, make you responsible for their happiness, or guilt trip you into solving their issues. This is a profound and dangerous form of manipulation. They are essentially asking you to become the keeper of their own unhealed wounds. A healthy relationship involves 2 individuals doing their own internal work. When someone asks you to carry their burden, it is a sign they are not ready for a balanced connection and will only drain your energy and psychological well-being. Thirdly, be wary of anyone who asks you to cut off your connections. A toxic person, consciously or unconsciously, often seeks to isolate you from your support system, your friends, your family, your community. They might create drama around your relationships, make you feel guilty for spending time with others, or subtly sow seeds of doubt about your loved ones. From a Jungian perspective, this is a form of psychological containment. They are attempting to make you a puppet in their own personal drama, where they are the only source of validation and truth. In a world obsessed with finding the one, we are often told to compromise and sacrifice. But from a Jungian perspective, the most important relationship you will ever have is with yourself. The 5 things we've discussed: betraying your truth, carrying their baggage, cutting off connections, surrendering your power, and abandoning your inner voice are not just signs of a difficult person. They are profound warnings that your most sacred possession, your soul, is at risk. By learning to recognize and refuse these requests, you are not being selfish. You are engaging in an act of psychological self-preservation. You are protecting your journey toward wholeness, and in doing so, you are building the foundation for authentic, healthy, and fulfilling relationships. Your connections to others are a vital part of your psychological health and your link to the collective human experience. When someone asks you to sever these ties, they are attempting to break your links to reality and make you solely dependent on them. Fourthly, run from anyone who asks you to surrender your personal power. This is the most insidious request. It's not about a small favor. It's about giving up your autonomy. This can manifest as someone taking control of your finances, making all your decisions for you, or making you feel incapable of acting on your own. They might frame this as care or protection, but it's fundamentally about control. Jung believed that the journey to individuation is a journey to psychological sovereignty, to becoming the master of your own life. When someone demands that you give up your power, they are seeking to make you a part of their own psychological narrative, a pawn in their own game. True love and friendship empower you. They do not seek to disempower you. Finally, the fifth and perhaps most subtle red flag is when someone asks you to abandon your inner voice. This red flag is arguably the most insidious because it doesn't involve an obvious, dramatic conflict. It's a slow, persistent erosion of your connection to yourself. Your inner voice, or intuition, isn't some mystical force. It's the culmination of your subconscious processing information, memories, and emotions. It's the gut feeling that tells you something is wrong, the quiet alarm bell ringing in the back of your mind. A toxic individual, in a bid to control you, will systematically work to invalidate this internal compass. They might do this by gaslighting you, making you doubt your perceptions by saying things like, "You're being too sensitive," "That never happened," or "You're imagining things." Over time, this constant dismissal of your feelings and instincts leads you to believe that your own judgment is faulty. From a Jungian perspective, this is a profound form of psychological warfare. By getting you to ignore your inner voice, they are essentially asking you to sever your link to your authentic self and the profound wisdom of your unconscious. This abandonment of your intuition leaves you adrift, making you increasingly dependent on the manipulator's reality and validation. You stop trusting your own instincts and start outsourcing your decision-making to them. This is a critical step in a manipulative relationship because a person who cannot trust their own inner voice is much easier to control. The journey to psychological wholeness, what Jung called individuation, is about strengthening this inner connection, not severing it. Therefore, recognizing and honoring your intuition, even when it's dismissed by others, is a crucial act of self-preservation. It is the ultimate defense against psychological manipulation. This is a slow, gradual process of erosion. They might mock your intuition, dismiss your feelings, or gaslight you into believing that your instincts are wrong. Your inner voice, your gut feeling, is a direct line to your subconscious and your authentic self. It is a vital guide on your life's journey. When someone consistently asks you to ignore this voice, they are asking you to silence the most important compass you have. They are asking you to trade your own truth for their version of reality. A winner's mind listens to their inner wisdom. It doesn't outsource it.